Now, a couple of days ago, I used a term that just slipped out of my mouth, and I went back and thought, why did I say skinship? It's not even a word. But it got me thinking about skinship, which is a term made in Korea from the word skin and ship from the word friendship. And it represents all kinds of human contact that involves an expression of affection through a loving touch. Basically, handshakes, holding hands, and hugs. And I know some people are not too fond of those kind of skinship. And there's a woman called Lisa Mae Brunson who found through experience by giving out more than 7,000 hugs that there are more people who need it than not. And even though they think they can survive without an affectionate touch, when they receive it, they come to realize they were in dire need of it. All right, we're going to start off today's show with the song by Renee Alstead, A Love That Will Last. What a great song by Renee Alstead, A Love That Will Last. And you guys are tuned into What's Poppin' with Brian Ju on TBS efm 101.3 in Seoul and surrounding areas, GFN 98.7 in Gwangju and 93.7 in Yeosu. We'll get our show started right after these messages.
연두해요
연두해요 요리할 때 모두 연두해요 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 요리 에센스 연두해요
맛있다. 역시 요리에도 에센스가 필요해. 요리 에센스 연두.
Now, here are a couple of things I want to remind you guys. You guys can send us an email to efmpoppin@gmail.com. Once again, that's efmpoppin@gmail.com. If you have any questions at all, or just want to say, what's up, B? What's up, What's Poppin' family? We'd love to hear from our listeners. Also, you can check out our playlist on our website at tbsefm.soul.kr/efm/what's poppin'. And we also upload pictures of our open studio and all that. And we haven't had our open studio recently, but if you want to see our older pictures, please come and check it out. We have pictures of Punita, Alexander, our other guests, and of course, all the people who come to the open studio to take part in our festivities. Alrighty. And about our open studio, we're gonna have our open studio on February 12th, y'all, and that's gonna be in time for Valentine's Day, y'all. So if you want to be a part of that and share the love on a wonderful holiday, please come and join us. And once again, let us know that you're coming in. Or if you need more information, send us an email once again to efmpoppin@gmail.com. Now, with that said, we're going to go into Pop a Verse. Now, you guys know at this point, what I do is drop a verse on y'all about my thoughts on what I gave at the very beginning of our show. And you guys can try and figure out which song I took the verses from. So, check it out. Now, here's more details to the story of the woman, Lisa Mae Brunson. Now, she first experienced the wonders of a hug when her mother confessed to her over the phone that she hasn't been hugged in months. And she broke into tears as she revealed just how much she craved human touch. Now, after driving 12 hours to get to her mother, who lived 3 states away, to give her a hug, she felt the love return back into her body, where it restored her and gave her the energy to live again. And that's when she started to give out hugs to random people on the street. It was a challenge for her to offer hugs to complete strangers, but once she overcame her fears, the rest was magnificent and magical. Now, she encountered so many people who were, in desperate need of a hug. A man who had not been hugged since he was a young child when his mother passed away. Also, then a woman who lived a life of abuse, and so many who were homeless, injured, abused, and unloved. And they were all very hesitant to receive a hug at first, because think about it. A random person coming up to you and be like, hey, can I give you a hug? Of course you're going to be hesitant. But then after they got the hug, they simply cried in her arms, overwhelmed by the sense of love through the skinship that she was offering these random people on the streets. Now, Lisa has encountered over lots of people, and she encouraged people to write poetry about her experiences, and she has gathered a total of 7,000 poetries, meaning 7,000 hugs. And she continues to give out hugs today, hoping to reach over 10,000 hugs by the end of 2014, because it's through hugs that we found love in a hopeless place. We found love in a hopeless place. That was Rihanna with We Found Love featuring Calvin Harris. Great song. And like I said today, hugs can actually go a very, very long way. And I do this more nowadays. I started last year. When you go into an office building or a place where there's a lot of people, even people you just acquainted with, you don't know too well. Sometimes a handshake, a high five could help. But do you know the difference when you actually go up to somebody, give them a big hug? It actually puts a smile on their face. The other day too, my friend was having a stressful day and wouldn't say what they're stressing about. So I just went up to him, and instead of saying the normal, hello, how you doing? I gave him a big hug and said, hey, hope your days get better. And later on, that person started speaking, was more lively, more awake. And I realized one hug can make a huge difference in someone's life. So, if you're out there right now, I'm not saying that you go in the subway and just randomly hug an old person or a young person. If you know somebody who desperately needs human touch, just hold their hand, give them a hug, let them know they're loved. A lot of people don't know what real love is, and love doesn't have to be between husband and wife or, mother and father. It can be through friends as well and complete strangers. So try to go out, and it's going to make you feel so good when you do that for others as well. And that's the song we got set up for you guys right now. This is B.O.B. with So Good. Guess what, y'all? Guess what time it is? It's time for Brian's tips to tip the scale. Now, when I mean tip the scale, I don't mean actually lifting the scale and tipping it or losing weight. I'm going to give you advice and all kinds of health tips to tip your scale towards a better life. All right, now, I don't know if you've noticed, but it's somehow easier and more comfortable carrying a bag one side of your shoulder than both, of course, and crossing one leg over the other. And if you switch sides around, sometimes it feels pretty uncomfortable, and we get to switch back, of course. Over time, through our own preferences, our bodies become more and more off balance. So today, what I'm going to do for y'all, I'm going to introduce you some exercise moves that will help you improve balance and posture by strengthening core and muscles. All right, the first thing we're going to do is single leg balance. Standing in an upright position, put your arms into a T position. Stand on your left leg and swing the right leg forward and back, maintaining form, posture, and balance. Very important, y'all. Repeat 10 to 20 times. Then do the same thing by standing on your right leg and swinging your left leg. That will help you guys focus on core, stability, and posture as well. And also, make sure you guys do this right. Don't try to slack off and do it, like a lazy person and try to do 5 reps and just quit. Don't quit on us, all right? Number 2, single leg hops. Standing on your right leg, hop up and down for 10 to 30 seconds. Then switch to your left leg. Standing on the right leg again, hop towards the front and towards the back for 15 to 30 seconds. Then switch legs. And then finally, hop side to side on your right leg for 10 to 20 seconds, then switch and do the same on your left. You're going to feel a burn in your thighs and your calves on this workout, so focus on proper form as well and keep your core tight. That's a very important thing. Lastly, body squats or plyo power lunges. I love this movement. Start in a squat position and jump up and back down into a squat. Repeat this 10 times. In CrossFit, we call this jumping squats as well. And the focus here is to try to keep your back straight. A lot of people, when you go down to the squat position, you curve your backs. That's not healthy for you later on. You're going to get back pains and back problems. So try to focus on keeping your back straight the whole movement. Then you want to start into a lunge position, jump up and switch legs. Now repeat this for 30 seconds. You're going to feel a huge burn in your thighs in this one. I call these jumping lunge, switcheroos. Yes. And that helps a lot. And if you're actually going to challenge yourself more, try to do all these workouts in short breaks. All right. So if you start off with what was it when we started out? Single leg balance. All right. So when you start with the single leg balance, do the workout, rest for approximately 30 seconds, then single leg hops, approximately 30 seconds after you've done the whole, cycle. Then after you go to the body squats and plyo power lunges, you rest for 30 seconds. And I urge you to try to repeat this 3 more rounds and see how much of a challenge it could be. All right. Now these workouts will help you strengthen your core muscles, will help us stand upright and keep our balance. As an additional bonus, it'll keep us, taller and improve posture. So try this out and let me know how you guys feel. Tweet us. Next song we're going to play for you guys, the last song for the first half of our show before we get our girl Punita up in the studio. This is Elia Fox with Do It All Over Again. Hey Punita!
Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
How you doing?
What's poppin'?
Let me say, it has to do a lot with the Super Bowl.
Oh, I wasn't asking about all that. I was gonna say, what's poppin' in your life?
Nothing's happening in my life.
You're not even cold?
It's kind of
It's
cold.
freezing!
It's alright.
I made the mistake yesterday, right?
Uh-huh.
I had to go to a meeting, and I was in a rush.
Yep.
So I thought, okay, just take a big, puffy, goes-down jacket. I'll be fine. But I wore a T-shirt underneath. Only a T-shirt.
Only a T-shirt? What about your nebok?
What nebok? I don't wear no nebok. Anyways, we ain't here to talk about me or you. We're here talking about some hot poppin' news.
Yep.
Is there anything hot going on right now?
I mean, the Super Bowl just passed.
Yes, it did. A lot of people are mad about that. Because the
Why?
Seahawks.
Oh, true.
My friends were like, man, the Seahawks won. I was like, what's wrong with that? And then my other friend, I was cracking up. He put on his Facebook timeline. He was like, it's funny how one team wins and always thanks God about it, as if God made the other team lose.
I know.
I know.
I don't really follow football because it's football. I don't really get how to play the game or anything.
Are you ready for some football? You don't know that song?
No,
That's like
I
the theme.
don't.
Okay, they always
But I've
play that
always
song.
wanted to go like tailgating with like a white family. You know what I'm saying?
Never even went to a football game back in high school or grade school.
But that's like for like homecoming, like a homecoming
But
football
don't you
game.
get pumped when your school's like, you know,
Our school,
going against like the rival school?
I guess, but I don't know who like ever won. Like
You don't watch?
I don't know how to like.
You're one of those people who went there just for drinks and pizza.
I never even bought a drink or a pizza. I just
what'd you
went
eat?
there because my friends were there.
A hangout spot.
Yeah.
Oh my God, like tonight after school, we should go to the game.
That's exactly how I talked. Like,
my gosh.
Oh my god.
So talk like this and give us the news.
Okay, so number one, hot and poppin'. We actually have some unfortunate news with the death of Oscar-winning actor Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Great actor.
Who passed away on Sunday, February 2nd, Groundhog's Day, where he was found by emergency services in his New York home. Now, Hoffman always had problems with drug use, and people are suspecting the drug overdose was the reason for his passing away. And not only was the actor found with a needle in his arm in his apartment, but also investigators found heroin-like substances in the actor's apartment. However, the toxicology report will be conducted as part of the autopsy to get an exact reason and a scientific explanation to the actor's sudden death. It may take several weeks for the results to come through, but the entire entertainment industry is grieving, paying tributes in their own way. Because I think it's so
I feel
heartbreaking.
sorry for a lot of the celebrities around the world who end up going to drugs for, satisfaction
Yeah, and I think
stress
like
relief.
I was just thinking, like, if once you like become more and more famous, I think people just start getting more tattoos. They start doing drugs, and I'm like, do you have to? Like, is there just like a rule that once you reach a certain fame and
I don't think
popularity?
there's a rule, but what happens is with drugs in particular, it's like there's nowhere else to go. You can't really talk to people anymore. People who aren't in the entertainment business don't understand what entertainers have to go through.
Yeah.
I know it's just a job title, but at the same time, you have so much on your shoulders and a lot of people looking upon you, even looking down on you.
Yeah.
And they just expect so much from you, and that's so overwhelming. So what did he do? They turn to drugs, try to relieve the stress. And then over time, they realize it gets worse and worse and worse. And just like in this case, drug overdoses happen, and unfortunately, bad things happen.
It's true. He was such a talented actor.
He was a great actor.
Have you seen him, Charlie Wilson's War?
I didn't see that movie, but I saw the movie, was it Hannibal? We played.
Yeah,
He was in
that's
that movie. I mean, he was in a lot of movies. Although he
was in
played a lot
the-
of bad guys.
True.
He played a lot of bad
Mission
guys.
Impossible.
But I say, if you're able to pull off a bad guy in a
I
movie,
know.
you've done your job.
I know.
I know.
I'm saying if I'm gonna be an actor, I want to be a villain. I think
That's what I told people all the
it's
time.
more challenging.
They're like, Brian, if you would be an actor, what do you want to be? I was like, I want to be a murderer in a horror film. Bad guy.
Because it's so easy to be the protagonist, the hero,
What's that? What's behind the door? I could do that, but what's more fun? I'm behind the door. They don't announce that they're behind the door. They just pop out of nowhere.
I know. Sorry.
Next news.
Anyways, hard to end. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the
Praying for his family,
Seymour
yes.
Hoffman family.
Yes, right now we're going to actually go into a song before we get into the next news. I know you're eager to tell the news.
Yep.
But the song is by Paramore, and the song is called Still Into You. That was Paramore with Still Into You. Punita, what is number 2?
Number 2, we left things off by talking about the lineup for the Super Bowl performances. And to sum it up, Bruno Mars pretty much killed the performance.
I didn't see that yet.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Whoa.
I need to rewind.
Shut the front door.
I did.
Okay.
Yes. Go on about Bruno Mars.
Okay, even some of the hottest artists in the industry, like Ariana Grande, which I don't think is that hot, but Wiz
She's
Khalifa,
hot.
she's alright. Anyways,
Wiz Khalifa's hot.
Will I Am, Raekwon, and much, much more have tweeted their thoughts on the halftime show, and basically it was full of praise. Now, I'm not saying that the Red Hot Chili Peppers did bad, but even with their shirts off, rocking out on stage topless, it was pretty hard to outshine the swag that Bruno had, you know what I'm saying?
That was crazy for them to take their shirts off. You know how cold it is in New Jersey right now?
Well, I'm probably sure with the, you know how it is to sing on stage. It gets hot.
All right, but think about this weather right now. It's like this weather right now. Would you take your shirt off, wear a bikini on stage? Outdoors. It is cold.
That's true. Okay, wait. It was 12 minutes.
Okay.
I mean, like, that's pretty long to perform. No electronic beeping and auto-tune sounds of the MR, just pure instrumentals by his own band, which covered some bouncy 60s Motown, some 70s disco funk, some slick 80s pop, and just a hint of modern hip-hop flash with some of the fast-footed dance moves that resembles the legendary James Brown.
That sounds kind of delicious.
Delicioso? Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Now, I saw, like, a little picture, though, even though it claims to be, like, all live and stuff. I saw a little picture with the bassist. There was no cable connecting to the bassist guitar.
Oh, MRs.
MR.
That's all I gotta say, MRs.
I just thought
That's what Korean. For those of you overseas who don't know what MR is, an MR is what Koreans use as an instrumental track. There you go.
But that's not all. But Bruno Mars broke the record for the most watched Super Bowl halftime show with over 115.3 million views.
Holy manoli.
And I thought he wouldn't, pass the Queen. Beyonce, which last year, 2013, she only had 110.8 million views.
Oh, only 110.8.
That's it, and the record
Oh my
holder
gosh,
was Madonna, who performed in 2012 with only like 114 million views. I'm like, wow. Bruno Mars.
Bruno, brother, get at me. We need to work together.
This brown brother got so little songs that we
But
all
you know what?
watch.
You know why we like Bruno Mars?
Why?
Because we like him just the way he is. That's the song we're going to play for you right now. Just the way you are. That was my brother.
He actually dedicated that song to me.
My man. Who? Bruno Mars?
Mm-hmm.
No, we did not.
Can I just live in my fantasy world?
Anyways, Bruno Mars wrote that song for all his fans around the world. Just the way you are.
Yep.
Now, we have some news again. You got to drop some news. But before we drop some news, earlier we were talking about the Super Bowl. Everybody's all hyped about the Super Bowl.
Yep.
But we got something else to be hyped about.
What we gonna be hyped about?
We gonna be hyped about the 2014 Winter Olympics.
Already?
It's coming up. And guess what?
What?
Tomorrow is the opening ceremony.
So-
I'm excited.
Where is that?
And
Where
I
is it?
just can't hide it.
Sochi? Is that
Yes, it's going to be in Sochi at approximately 1:14 a.m. Korean Standard Time. That's Korean time.
Okay, so anyone
Not Pacific time, not Eastern time. In Korea at 1:14 in the morning.
in the morning.
Yes.
So if anyone's awake during that time,
Turn your TVs on. Watch what's going to go on. If you live in the Sochi area, go there. It'll be a fun experience.
Yeah.
You might not be able to get in because
I think
tickets are all
it's
sold out.
once in a lifetime just to stand outside the gate and just watch.
Exactly.
Or listen.
Ba-ba-ba-bum,
I think
fires.
that's the best part of the Olympics is the opening ceremony.
course
the
it is.
biggest. Because
Because who's going to get tickets to the ice skating stuff and all that?
It's-
Figure skating. Nobody can get tickets now. It's all sold out.
If you're friends with Kim Yona, maybe.
Oh, I just call her up. Let me call her right now. You want me to call her? Put her online?
Put her on like,
여보세요?
you should.
안녕하세요. Okay,
That's
the
not
worst.
how
I don't know how she sounds.
like. God, don't ruin it. Oh my goodness.
Get to the next news, girl.
Anyways, moving on to number 3. Although the Seahawks winning and the Bruno Mars deliverance of the halftime show was the biggest buzz of the Super Bowl, there is one more thing that I found was worth kind of mentioning because it's
What's
for a
worth
good
mentioning?
cause. U2 has debuted new music during the Sunday Super Bowl.
New music?
New Musica, teaming up with Bank of America and the Red Foundation for the release of the single Invisible. Now, in the track, Bono sings about how he's more than you know and more than you see, basically talking about someone's worth and how they are far from invisible.
Bonita, are you in a rush?
Am I talking fast?
You sound like you outsider, that Korean rapper who just...
Korean people rap like that? And then
There's a rapper like that. His name's Outsider. And that's what you sound like right now. I'm pretty sure the listeners are like, Punito, slow down, please. I'm a fast speaker too, but you're talking faster than me.
Really? I'm so sorry. Let me break it down for you. Now, it's currently available for free download, and for each download of the song, Bank of America will donate $1 to Red Foundation
Awesome.
to the Global Fund to support the fund prevention and treatment of HIV and AIDS.
That's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
We need the
Side
treatment,
show.
man. We need that treatment.
Now, U2 is scheduled to release a new album later this year, and they aren't the only ones who performed at the Super Bowl with a new album in the works. Queen Latifah, who sang America the Beautiful at the Super Bowl,
Let's go crazy.
says she's working on a new music, and she's going to use her talk show to promote it.
She has a talk show?
Yeah, the Queen Latifah show. It launched last year, and when the album comes,
How
she plans...
original is that? Everybody just uses their name. The Ellen DeGeneres show. The Oprah Winfrey show. The Queen Latifah show.
The Chris show.
They need a different name for a show.
Like the Tonight Show.
Exactly.
Tonight Show. Jay Leno is his last week. And Jimmy Fallon is going to take over.
That's news too. Look at that.
That is news too. Anyways, now the Queen Latifah show did launch last year, and the album, when it comes, she plans to give the interviews a break for a day and just perform and rock the crowd, which will make her talk show the best platform to do it.
We gotta go to the show.
We just gotta go. Gotta fly over
TBS
there.
will pay for it.
Sometimes it's very challenging for an artist who has had a long hiatus between albums to come back strong. They lose touch, which is probably one of the reasons why a great, talented artist like Lauryn Hill can't seem to work on anything, even though fans are dying for something new.
Because of her long hiatus.
But with the recent spotlight Queen Latifah has gained with the Grammy Awards performance, with officiating the wedding ceremony, plus the Super Bowl performance, I think we can expect something great, just like the hit from back in the day, Unity.
UNITY, it's Unity. I love that song.
Then play it.
Huh?
What?
Is that what we're playing right
I
now?
don't know.
No, we're actually going to play a U2 song.
Yep.
We're going to play the song called Ordinary Love by U2. Check it out. Yes, that was U2 with Ordinary Love. That's a good song.
It is a great song. I'm so excited for Invisible, for people to download it, and I want to see how much money they raise.
That's going to be a good thing.
Yep.
I hope that really works out. We need to save up money. We need a cure, man.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I know that you mentioned before that you love the vibe of the song Good Time by Owl City and Carly Rae Jepsen. However, there is some unfortunate news regarding the artist and the song.
What happened?
Now, basically, they will not be seeing a big chunk of the royalties from their summer hit. Well, at least for now.
What's a royalty?
Royalty.
Okay.
Gosh.
Enunciate then.
Sorry. Because they needed to wait for the results of a long-standing lawsuit at the hands of singer Allie Burnett, who claims that the collaboration was a copyright infringement of her song, It's Love Song.
I never heard that song.
I haven't heard it either.
So we can't compare it
But
right now.
apparently it's a copyright infringement, so... And
Oh my goodness.
Now, according to TMZ, the nonprofit performing rights organization BMI reached an agreement with Burnett that will place $804,156 of Good Time royalties in escrow. Then, in return, Burnett will drop the suit. But for now, their royalties will sit in an account untouched until a decision is made as to whether an infringement took place or not.
That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
What would you do with
that amount of money? I would go eat at a nice restaurant.
at a nice restaurant?
Pay off some bills. And the song we're going to play right now, since we talked about this copyright infringement thing going on with Owl City and Carly Rae Jepsen, we got to play this song.
Yeah, play it.
What's it called?
Good Time.
And this is Brian Ju and
Panita Bajaj.
signing off. Peace.